What's up, Squirt? You tired of all those wedgies? Are you over being a knuckle sandwich magnet? About time, finally. Way to take a stand. Here. Got the remedy for you right here. Dunked on, little dork. Stupid dweeb. Yeah, I've evolved. I've suckled upon the bosom of wisdom of a hashtag alpha male on TikTok. This goober actually tags the majority of his posts with hashtag alpha male. And this guy, he is breaking the magician's code. He is just giving you the keys to the kingdom, letting you know how to be an alpha male, and it is invaluable knowledge that I'm going to do you a kindness that not many others will do, and I'm going to open your third eye to it. I hope you're ready for enlightenment.
No money, no respect. No money, no good food. No money, no good clothes. No money, no house. No money, no car. No money, no friends or relatives. No money, no relationship, no love. Understand what I'm telling you. Let it sink in. Now get the up and motivate yourself. Whoever tells you money ain't they're fooling you. They're just losers like you are. So get up and be a winner. Alright?
He unironically ends all of his videos like that with one of these, and then like the lion's roar that sounds like it's fucking MGM intro at the start of a 007 movie. And I also love this video right here because I thought it was going to be a haiku at the start, or I thought it was going to transition into something motivational, but it just goes, no money, no car, no money, no house, no money, no food, no money, no friends, no money, no family. So fucking motivate yourself to get money. He doesn't even like pretend to give you any kind of like pointers on, well, how do you, maybe get some money or something perhaps? Where can I start accumulating some of this money? I want food and family, but I guess I can't have that without money. This is deep stuff. This is very profound thoughts that I don't think a lot of people really stop to consider. Money buys things. And some of those things you need to live. So no money, no stuff.
I don't turn the key to start the beast. The engine revs itself because it's scared of making me wait.
This is another thing he loves to do. He has so many videos like this, and it's by far my favorite content that he makes, where it's like these AI-generated videos of him being a badass. So I guess in this one, he really loved the idea of being in a transformer that has a lion asshole for some reason, which also then transforms into an eagle. Maybe I'm on the crack pipe, but I'm gonna say a little something that perhaps the Alpha and Sigma Council will disagree with, but I just don't really see how that's overly alpha behavior to play pretend and use AI to make it seem like you're in a fucking like Gundam lion.
Make off one deal that I just gave him information about, $1 million.
I think it's a good idea for me to find something that needs work.
You go about it two ways. That way, that you give it that value, or you go to someone that's already making money, but also has it on a discount. Hey, listen, I got $1 million. I have $500,000. I'll give that to you right now. You don't need to wait for another guy to come do this due diligence. Boom, I'll give you this, because you already know it's a $2 million project, but he's willing to budge a little bit for 1.4, 1.5. I'll take that too. It's all about business. The numbers, if they make sense on already successful business, or they make sense on a business that's already sucked dry, they don't know what they're doing, does it make sense there? So each one has its own value.
So many words and nothing was said. Not a single thought or piece of advice made it through and manifested there at all. Imagine paying money for this kind of interaction. Your mentor is hitting the hookah, hardly paying attention, and then when he tries to like coach you or mentor you, he just hits you with a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Yeah, so here's the thing, 1.5 million dollars, you have to start thinking about the budget and the considerations. Each has value. Is it a business that's been sucked dry? Are the numbers making sense over here? 1.5 million dollars. Maybe you say, hey, boom, we don't need to think about the due diligence. You just give me that now. Maybe $500,000 here, half of $1.4 million over there, because it's a $2 million project and you're going to be budgeting. So you're going to have to make these considerations when you're looking at these numbers. Do they make sense? So what you're going to want to do at the end of the day is you're going to want to look at the due diligence period, considerations of $500,000, about $500,000, maybe $1.5 million, and consider that this is a $2 million project.
All right, guys, I just finished a one-on-one. I gave them information that's golden. How to buy, when to buy, what's the price. Easily off that 45-minute session that he had with me, he can make off one deal that I just gave him information about $1 million at least. So keep that in mind. If you want to really get rich and really successful, take it to the next level, sign up for this one-on-one.
Holy Toledo! Off of one 45-minute session, that guy's about to go make $1 million after that advice that we got a sneak preview of? Holy, is it really that easy? Oh my god. That's incredible stuff. This guy's really a wizard with money. And his math was checking out. Like the numbers he was saying there, those are numbers. Like those numbers he said exist. So wow, that really does give you a lot to chew on.
It's not the same. Man cheating versus a woman cheating, it's not the same. First of all, it's so freaking hard for a man to ever forgive a woman for such a thing because he did you didn't do him. You let that man stamp you that he's better than the man that you're with. But if a man goes and sleeps with another woman, you can say, hey, my man is wanted, you know, you can forgive a little bit easier. And yes, it makes a woman to a certain degree hurt, but if he's really genuine that it was an accident, which men do have this in them. You know, men's load, if you go take it to the lab, you can impregnate, you can start a colony with one load of men. So there's a reason why God created a man to be able to produce like this.
That is insightful stuff right there. Inspirational even. He's just laying it all out there bare, not pulling any punches, just dropping the truth right there. There is a huge difference when a man cheats versus when a woman cheats. When a man cheats, due to the size of his load, his nut, like he's talking about there, could produce a whole colony off just that one glorious fucking nut of nectar, and it can be an actual accident. It happens all the time. 1 minute, you're at the library reading a great book, an absolute page-turner, and the next second, you've got your cock buried deep in the pussy of a back-of-the-phone book hooker, and you're just left wondering, well, what in tarnation? Something's gone awry here. Well, I never. That's not my girlfriend. I feel like a right fool right now. I can't believe this, honey. I don't know what went wrong. What a unforeseeable accident here. I gotta tell you, pardon my French, I'm peeved. Someone must have spiked my coffee when I was at the library. I don't understand what went wrong here. Why are you mad? It was an accident. You can't be upset for something I couldn't control. It's an accident. His reasoning is sound. If you've recently suffered multiple concussions and have lifelong CTE, holy shit. What are you even yapping about here, man? He's like, oh, due to the load, you know, he can produce a lot, so he's got to fight real hard not to cheat on his girlfriend. And if he loses that battle and cheats, whoops-a-daisy, a woman has a much easier time forgiving that because then she can recognize her man is wanted. And that's like a really positive thing. Like, yes, it may hurt to a certain degree, but I mean, he's wanted, and that's awesome. He does actually conclude this by saying nobody should be cheating. Very positive message to wrap it up. But also you spent most of the video saying, you know, if a man cheats, it can be a genuine accident. We need to remember the size of the load. It's a very tough battle. A harder battle than him with his hairline there. Like, it can be an accident. Very, very different perspectives there from man versus woman cheating.
Why cheat if you could just leave? Why lie to someone who gave you their heart, their trust, their everything? If you're not happy, go. But destroy someone who loved you just because you didn't have the courage to be honest?
Now this one's a nice blend of AI badassery and cheating wisdom. A nice seminar on cheaters again here. So there's a good amalgamation of the two worlds colliding. But I feel like this is two very different alphas. We have the alpha that thinks cheating is bad, like in this video where he's going, why cheat? Why not just leave? Why lie to someone who gave you their heart? Cheating is weakness. This is bad stuff. Boo, cheating. Versus the one where he's like, all right, no one should be cheating, but if a man cheats, it could be a genuine accident. Very different than when a woman cheats and she lets herself get fucking stamped by another dude's cock, saying that man is superior to you. So super different perspectives. Man cheating can be very forgivable for women, actually.
Apologies, I accept. But I remove trust.
Chills. I have goosebumps across my entire body. I've never heard anyone say anything like that before. That was hard. Apologies, he accepts, but he removes trust. That's a really deep philosophy. This guy must just fucking cruise Facebook status posts from like 2010 or something. Oh my god.
You know what fuels me and I thrive on the most? The people that don't like me. You know, I just get fueled by knowing that these guys don't like me for the success I keep achieving that they sorry asses can't achieve. I have always having this vision about these guys. Looking right now when I get this Rolls Royce, what the fuck they're gonna do right now, how disgusting mad they're gonna be. You know, and I laugh about it at the end of the night, what I just did today. You know, that all these people that don't like me because they cannot achieve what I can achieve. So thrive. You hear me?
That is the most classic loser bait of all time. My haters fuel me. Yep, hater blockers on. I love my haters. It's like the most used platitude ever from like gurus and alpha males and shit when they're trying to sell a course, that kind of thing. And it's super effective. I guess the idea is that if someone out there feels like they're a big loser and they're watching this kind of content where the person delivering it always says, you're a fucking loser, but if you give me money, I'll make you a winner. They probably also think that there's a lot of people that don't like them in their life. So these kind of guys prey off that insecurity. They pounce on it and exploit it by saying like, yeah, you are a loser, but once you give me that money for this change, it's going to make you a winner. And then you can let your losers be your haters be your fans. That's what I do. The haters are my fuel in my engine, and my engine is a fucking transformer lion that I'm riding inside of as it jogs me over to my office building where I'm fucking my secretary. Yeah, that can be you too, loser. Let your haters be your motivators.
Move in silence. Only speak when it is time to say checkmate.
I really don't have anything to say about that one right there. That's just a masterpiece. That is a perfect piece of content. If you live your life like that, I hope you're ready to be CEO of a Fortune 500 company with billions of dollars to your name. Anyway, I'll go ahead and leave you with that little nugget right there so you can really put that in your pipe and smoke it. Only say words if the word is checkmate. Damn! That goes ballistic. Yes, that's really about it. See ya.